Exploration Space. My name is Kaylee Phelps, and today we are going to be talking about my utility drawer in my kitchen where I keep all of the cords and the speakers and the extra chapstick and the pens and the paper and just a bunch of different stuff that honestly I love having in my kitchen. In my last apartment, I had a 1-bedroom, 1-bath apartment in the Buckhead area of Atlanta, if you are familiar. And it was really small, and we really only had 2 drawers in that space. So that really, and they were really thin drawers. So it really was just like bigger utensils and then silverware. And so one of the items I'm going to show you is actually a repurposed item from that, my old silverware organizer that I had in that space, just because it was the only smallest, thinnest one that would fit in that drawer, which we now use to organize our cords. So if you aren't able to host your cords or having like a little utility drawer in your kitchen, I would definitely see if you can find a dedicated space in your bedroom or another place where it's just easy access. So I'm gonna dive into this drawer right here and just give you the top down look and then take some items out. All right. So this is the drawer in all of its glory. I'm just gonna go through and show you some of the things that are in here. So we have 3 speakers. So this is a UE boom. Then we have this speaker. Oh, I'm not sure what this guy, and then this little yo-yo guy. And really all of these speakers we keep right in here because this is where we keep all of our charging cords, and it's also near where our projector is. So, and then if we're watching something on a laptop, these are really helpful. If we're going down to the pool, they're really helpful. So they're nice to have right in a central location and right near where all of the chargers are. We also have, I bought this as part of a 10-piece organizing bin set, and it has a couple of these small little circle guys, but I like this a lot for holding all of the rubber bands that we have. So I have a couple chip clips in another drawer where we have our silverware, and then we do have these couple of clothespins that we'll use on different bags or different things, but I like having some rubber bands right here just for any bags or baggies or cat food or different things where we might need it. Then tape and a little stapler, easy to have on hand. We have our scissors in with our silverware drawer, so these 2 live in here. Then back over here are just actually some old phones. So it's not perfect. It's not meant to be perfect. It's just where you know where your items are. So, and I would recommend if you are going to get rid of items that you make sure that you recycle them in a responsible way where you're not adding to e-waste, and people, you know, that go through different places can get really sick if you don't recycle these properly. Then these are just some wireless headphones. They're Tyler's, so they kind of sit on top of the phones towards the back when they're not in use. And then this is really the star of the show. So this is that silverware organizing tray that I was mentioning earlier, that the drawers in my last apartment were really just this wide, so there was no room on either side. It really was there to help separate, and as you can see, there's only 2 sections, so it didn't really keep them too separately organized, but I really like this to repurpose for the utility drawer and separate all of our cords on one side and then some other items on this side. As you can see, big Sharpie, always helpful, along with pens. These are 2 little Post-it note sets, and these are really great. Tyler and I will sometimes leave notes for each other in the morning, especially if one of us is leaving before the other person. If there's anything that I notice on the go that we are in need of, like, oh, like we're running out of almond milk or toilet paper or something, I'll keep a running list on the sticky note in this utility drawer and then stick it to the notebook in my in my purse before I go to the store. So I just remember to always reference this utility drawer before going to the store to see if I have a little running list going. Then, of course, chapstick. You can never have too much of it or have it around the house. Clothespins are helpful. Sometimes when we do the projector in the living room, we'll put up like a blackout curtain and we'll hang these up on the window to keep that curtain up. And then, of course, if you have cats or any pets at all, this is the coveted laser pointer. So this we keep right in here just so that it's easy, so that we can, there's a little window here, I'll show y'all, right through here to the living room right over there. So sometimes we'll just play with the cats through this window, get some energy out. It's never a bad idea, especially before bed if you don't want to be kept awake all night. So that's really this side of the utility drawer and what we like to keep over here, especially in the kitchen, just to know what we might need to keep track of to get later so that we don't run out of anything. And then I wanted to show this side of it, organizing cords, just because I think cords are a really difficult thing to organize, especially if you don't want to have a ton of added pieces. For me, I don't really love having the Velcro pieces or having added pieces to have to organize, mostly because the cats will play with them or they get detached and then all of a sudden you're vacuuming and they get sucked up. So I like to keep the cord organizing as plain as possible. So you'll notice that all of the cords that we have are kind of organized in this circle shape. So it works for all different cords. Even like these are headphones where they're kept. And so all of these different cords, I really just have a system that I started when I was working in nonprofit event fundraising. I was running a ton of events. I was traveling with a ton of equipment, and there would be multiple USBs where there would be, 5 or 6 of these different cords, and they would always get tangled, and it was just like a mess of Rapunzel's hair where you're trying to like get through it. So just to show you what I do, it's truly extremely simple. You have your long cord, just like when you're like taking care of a hose and you put it around your arm. I just do 3 fingers or 4 fingers and you just put it around. And then once you get to the end where you have a little bit here, see, my cords are already like predestined. They know what's about to happen. But I do 1, 2, 3, and then if the tail is kind of sticking out, just 1 more. And then it really stays in this little circle, so it's easy to keep in your purse, in your car. We actually use this for our cords for the shades in here, just because otherwise Millie will like jump and like get caught up in the cords. So we'll just tie him up at the top with this little system. So like I said, it really helps for any type of cord. We have a ton of different things in here, from headphones to this is just an audio cord to this is, it looks like an old Android cable and it looks like it's not fully wrapped. And then we have this is a wireless charger, so we don't use it a ton, but it is pretty cool. And yeah, so I'm trying to think, I was gonna look and see how many of these cords we actually have in here. And then on the side, just this one long cable. Obviously my little trick isn't gonna work with this. So it just sits in along this side, and down at the bottom, if you watched my video about my charging station, which I love, here, I'll give you, just for some context, it's right over here. The sign is backwards. I didn't flip the camera today just since we're not doing a ton of reading. But yeah, so it's really, this is the first drawer on the opposite side of the sink. And so that actually has USB ports in it already, but otherwise these are 3 are USB port little plugins. So we do keep these in here just in case we might need them, but really only 3 is what we need. I have one in my purse just because you never know when you might need an actual outlet plug-in rather than just the USB. And yeah, that's really quite a bit of what's in here. The last thing I want to show you is I will put this down here. is just this drawer is a little beat up. If you live in an apartment, I don't know if you can even see. You can't even really tell. But there's just scuffs and different things around here. So something that I really love is that I purchased this from Amazon. It comes in a giant roll, and all you have to do is just cut it and fit it to the shape of your drawer, and it's easy, and it keeps things from moving around. So yeah, that's really what I have for y'all today. I'll count up to see how many cords I have that fit in this little, you know, previously silverware organizer, just so that y'all can have some context of what's in there. But otherwise, I hope that you might try my little cord organizing trick. Maybe get some drawer liners for yourself so things don't move around. And until next time, enjoy celebrating today.